Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I have a huge update for Stellantis, aka the parent company of brands like Jeep and Ram. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. And then if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Let's get into it. So over the last few months, if you've been scrolling through YouTube, or more specifically car YouTube, then you've probably seen some videos talking about the downfall of Ram and Jeep because they've actually both had a pretty big sales decline year over year for the first quarter of 2023. When you look at quarter one sales in 2022 compared to 2023 with Ram, for example, they were down by almost 10%, and then Jeep was down by 20%. And just to put those numbers into perspective, the rest of the automotive industry year over year from quarter one of 2022 to quarter one of 2023 was up. And it depends on the automaker you're looking into, but most automakers were up by at least high single digits, and a lot of them were into the double digits. And there were automakers like Buick that almost had a triple digit percent increase year over year. And so everyone was kind of diving into this and trying to figure out, why is Ram and Jeep struggling? Why aren't they selling cars? And there was a lot of conclusions as to why this was happening. I actually made a couple videos on the main channel, and the main conclusions that I came to was, well, first off, price increases, right? Both brands had pretty big price increases at the same time that they didn't really have a lot of new releases. And so basically they just increased the price of their vehicles and didn't really change all that much. They're basically just asking their customers to pay more for the same thing. And that definitely held true for Ram because they haven't really done too much with their trucks since 2019. Yes, they've added a few things, but not a massive amount. And then I also talked about how some of the features on the vehicles could be, a detriment to them compared to the competitors based on what people are looking for. So like with Ram, they use coil suspension, which is great for ride comfort, but it's not so great for payload. And a lot of people are looking to use trucks for truck things. Again, believe it or not, it's absolutely crazy. And then I also talked about reliability, and this kind of more pertained to the Jeep brand because they've thrown a massive amount of tech at the new Jeeps, and because of this, their reliability rating with third parties like JD Power has declined over the last few years, and some third party sites are rating Jeep as the most unreliable brand on the market. But despite all of that, I actually have some really good news for Ram and for Jeep and Stellantis in general. So the big news is that Stellantis has decided to completely halt price increases with most of the product that is under the Stellantis umbrella. And on top of halting price increases, there's actually going to be a lot of redesigns that are released in the next few years and a lot of refreshes on vehicles that they currently have. And so what they're doing is exactly what I said they should do in one of my videos, and that is give people new exciting product and give them new exciting product that is not way more expensive. And so again, they actually listened, which I think is so awesome. And so we're going to get a bunch of new vehicles again from companies that are under the Stellantis umbrella, and they're not going to cost more. And this is super important because other automakers aren't necessarily going to follow suit with this. I mean, Ford, for example, just increased the prices on a lot of packages with the Bronco, for example. They did it with the F-150 Raptor, and just price increases pretty much across the board. And so Stellantis is, probably going to put themselves in a position where their product is not only going to feel newer than some of their competitors, but it's also potentially going to be less expensive than some of their competitors because they're stopping with the price increase. And so I think this is definitely going to help to bolster sales. But it goes further than that. What Stellantis is also doing is they're actually pulling back from their electrification initiative in a sense. So what I've kind of heard down the grapevine is that Stellantis is actually going to stop the sale of hybrid vehicles within certain markets here in the US. Now, you can still order a hybrid, it doesn't matter where you live, but they're not going to be building out hybrids for dealers to just have on their lots anymore. And so this is actually going to help with the whole reliability reliability side of things, because they're not going to be pushing those hybrids as much. Again, if you're not going to have them available on dealer lots, then there's going to be fewer people that are going to purchase those, because the only people that will purchase them are the ones that are going to be ordering them. And so that's also going to help out with the overall image, because there is definitely some work that needs to be done with those hybrid powertrains when it comes to reliability. And so I think that overall this is just really good news for people that like the product that are under the Stellantis umbrella, because, well, now you're going to be able to get nicer, newer product in the future, and it's not going to cost you more money. And on top of that, it looks like there's going to be a focus on building out the product that is known to be more reliable, right? Instead of going for, you know, all of the new tech, right? And so, yeah, I just think it's positive overall. Let me know what you guys think about this change, and let me know if this would push you, you know, over the edge to consider purchasing, you know, like a new Jeep or a new Ram. If you get, you know, some nicer, newer features, again, there's not going to be any price decreases, but like at today's prices. So let's say that, example, let's say the Jeep Wrangler. Let's say that you get all new like the stuff that we're getting for the 24 Wrangler. You get the new infotainment system, stuff like the power seats, yada, 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 all of that. You don't have to pay more for that than what you'd have to pay for a 23 Wrangler. Would you go and buy it, right? Let me know what you guys think about that. I'll see you.